theme. And what I wanted to do in the last session, I added in this footer, and I mentioned briefly about the copyright, and I want to make a dynamic date. And so to do that, I need to create a block to put that in dynamically. Or that is one solution. There might be other ways, but I'm going to create a block. I'll drop in there and it'll just put the date dynamically. So let's create a block. It's not too hard. For this one, let's go to where I want to create it. So you can create a block. There's a convenient script or a generation script or whatever you want to call it, called create block package. MPX will just run a command in there. And if you do -- help, I want to see what parameters pass it. Excuse me. And so hopefully it won't take long. This one will be a pretty easy block to do because most of it's going to be inserted in dynamically. And so we'll do we'll use a render callback, and I'll show you how that works. So in here, I want the title to be, how do you do this? I want this to be, we'll call it copyright block. Title will be copyright block. Namespace is just going to be I just use MCAS. And that's just like what gets appended when you make a block. It's like MCAS / then the block name. And then description, category. I don't care about any of that. Oh, template. I'm just going to use I don't need any build scripts. This is going to be such a simple block. I don't need any like a build scripts, ES next. So I'm just going to use the ES5 template. So this will just be straight, normal, boring JavaScript. No build steps, no anything like that. And it will hopefully be an easy one to do. All right. So running that script, so the create block, and pass in your details, it will create this folder. And inside there is my plugin. And so this has all the pieces I need. So let's link that up to my site. This is, I think, this site. And so now let's link that source, MCAS copyright block. Sorry about that. WP admin. And then plugins, copyright block. So let's activate that. All right, so now my plugin is being loaded, but let's actually create the plugin. The nice thing about blocks, I'm just going to create a dummy post. Test copyright block. And let's save that. And now the blocks gets stubbed out with a bunch of stuff, so it actually does already exist, but it's just getting whatever whatever gets generated here. So let's actually update that. You can look and see what it generates. The plugin file. Oops. Let's go to actual source code. So the plugin file is just enqueuing the script. Let's enqueue this index.js. And that's all that is enqueuing, registers it. It's going to have a style. I don't think we need any, we're not going to have any styles. We have no style. That's what my kids tell me. All right, we just need some JavaScript and we'll be good. We'll probably want some translations and stuff if we actually ever submit this to be a real block. So we can get rid of this CSS and that CSS. All right. So this is the script. It's loading. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. We don't need all these comments. That'd be a nice flag. Be like, advanced feature. I know what I'm doing. Don't give me too many comments. All right, in here, title of the block still mean copyright block. This -- if you're familiar with WordPress, this is just the translation. So that is the title. And then this is, oh, I forget what the word's called. Slug, namespace, domain, text domain, something like that. It just kind of gives a context of what that's being translated from. Description, insert copyright with current year. Right. And so we will want to use that feature because we're going to use the word copyright output. Icon, I don't have we probably want a CC icon, but we can worry about that later. Again, that's if we're going to make this. I don't know if this is actually a good idea for a block or not. I want one. I want to try it out, so we'll see. All right. So in a block, all right, simplified this all down to just this, right? Let's reload here, make sure we didn't break anything. Copyright, there it is. Still, probably still works. Still works, right? And my CSS is gone. Remember the last one was black. The CSS is gone. So, all right. So the edit function is what shows up in the editor. The save function is what shows up when it gets rendered. So when it gets saved. This one, we actually do not want anything because we're going to generate it dynamically through the PHP. And this one, let's just say, we'll just say copyright. And we want a year here. So how do I do that? I want a, that's just text. And I want a year after this. How do you concat strings in JavaScript? Does that work? JavaScript. I know. I do too many languages. Let's see, I've searched for it before. I don't know if plus is actually the right one. Can you do that? Sure. Concat. So if I just did that, would that work? Let's just try it without anything. 2021, 2032, that's better. All right, now if I go to my editor, reload the page, copyright, 20, there it goes, it works. All right, so this we want it to be, how do we do a date in JavaScript? New date, why? It's not gonna work. JavaScript date. It's like get full year, something like that, right? Get full year date, get full year. Yep. So I need to do like a new date and then do get full year. So if I do a new date, I need something like that, get full year. Let's just do something up here. Nah, that's fine. This may not be, we'll see how that works. I have way too many parentheses or not enough. All right, let's see if that works. New page. Copyright. Hey, look at that. Got today's year. And I can probably put in, we probably can do a little bit of UTF copy. Look at that. Whoa, that was not what I wanted. Huh. Let's try that again. Oh, I know what I have to do. I think I have to do it like that. And then I do copy, enter. There we go. And we probably want a little bit of space around this guy. And let's see how that looks. Leave page. All right. And this is my editor view. Looks great. Let's save. So we want to do the same thing now when it renders. And if I save this, it would write this content. So I could do a save function and just do the same output. But it would write this content to, it just gets saved static and then it wouldn't update. So then come, January 1st, 2022, this wouldn't update. So what I really want to do is render this in using PHP. So inside of here, there's a function, and you can call this, you call it render callback. And it's in call this, and you pass it a function. So mcas copyright block render. And so I'll pass it that function, and then whatever results it will put into the content when it's displayed. So if I just do here, return foo, and so here I do that, I say publish, publish, and then when I view the post, it should, I should get my foo, but I'm not. Let's make sure I typed everything right. Render call, call back. Helps it name everything properly. And see, there's my foo. So what I want it to do is I want this to do the same thing. Let me say PHP. How do I get a date? Date function. Oh, look, I've already looked this up. Date string format. I think I just say year equals date year. And then if I say this one, I also want to use the internationalization or the translation. So copyright, um, copyright, and then copyright block is my text domain block, copyright block. That something's wrong. All right, and then we can cat like this, and then we want the year, and that should give me what I want. And then if I reload here, I should get that. You can see it's dynamically rendered now because I didn't have to go back and resave that block. I can just change it here and it reloads. So that more or less would be my block. I'm pretty much done. It's a pretty simple block. You probably, like, if you wanted to actually release this, I don't know if it's kind of useful. You probably maybe want a year to year. So like from to whenever. You may want to change this word to be copyright. It'd be kind of cool just to do a complete, I don't know, to do something else there. So then now inside of my footer, since I have this block, oh, I was thinking what you could do is submit it as a block directory. Let me do this first, and then I can talk about that briefly. All right, so my footer, template parts, footer, in here, I would just insert in. This is one column. Yep, there's my paragraph. Oh, I just can't see it. My text isn't the best. That's probably my own CSS fault. Put in the copyright block. So I probably want to change that. I might be able to do it actually up here. Color settings, text color here. So I want to change the text color for this whole block. I just want that to be white. There it is. This is a link color. So I changed it before. I changed this, the link color to be white. Maybe it's just in that one column. I would need a text color for that. So now I have my block, update it. Now if I go to here, I have my copyright notice in the bottom, and it'll update each year. Pretty cool. A nice, easy way to create a dynamic block. It doesn't take much. Use the helper function to generate all that stuff. So WordPress create block, and then you can pass it in. I just did an ES5 template. If you do like an ES next, that's a default. It'll do the whole build step. So then you'd run npm run build, but then you can do a lot more complex, like JSX and things like that. For my block, it uses this element, which is defined up here. And this is just the same as like the React create element, if you're familiar with React at all. And so what that's taking in, it says create a new element, similar like the DOM, like you do document, like create element in JavaScript. And you say what tag you're going to create of it. So it's very similar to that. When I create a paragraph tag, block properties are just like the class name or the attributes you might give to the block. So so this is a class equals boom. This is a block property. And then the next one is the like children, like what's inside that tag. So that's this part here, right? And that's the same thing that you do in kind of JSX. It's just a different syntax. So that's what this syntax is. It says element, create a paragraph tag. These are the attributes, and then put that inside of it. Pretty cool. Yeah, I'll submit this block as I'll create a new repo for it, right? Um, I did not think I typed that one. Oh my goodness. All right. I think there's probably a way to use a GitHub create repo. GitHub repo create. What's the worst that can happen? Repository name, copyright block, description, a copyright block, or WordPress. It's public. This will add an origin git remote TA. Sure. There you go. All uploaded. So you can grab the copyright block. I'll see if anyone's interested. Maybe I can actually submit it to the. Oh, I didn't push anything. Created it, but I need to push you origin trunk. GitHub, you should have done that to start. Let's see if anyone's interested, and we can maybe submit to the directory. So that's what I was going to say. So the directory, there you go. Oh, very nice. So in my theme, it will specify, I can show you. So my block theme will specify this block in the template. So that template part, it won't be on my file system yet, but I'm going to persist it because I need it. So in that template part, it will specify the block type. That's what all of these are the block types, saying this is a WordPress columns. It's like the core. So in mine, it's going to say MCAS copyright block, right? So down in my, loves empty paragraph. Down in my second column, here's my first column, sorry. It's right here. So MCAS copyright block. So that's all it's putting in. And so that's all I need in this first column. So right, I have the title here. That's the title there. And then there's that div, and below the title, I want the copyright block. So that would be here, right? So now I've persisted this, and so I can delete the template in the database. And so so now when we load the page, I should still see, ooh, I forgot to update my color. Bummer. Anyways, I'd have to persist the change that was up there. So, and I don't know what that exactly looks like. Footer. Color, text color, white. Yeah, I like that blue. Look at that, happy mistake. Who's that, Bob Ross? Oh, look at that happy little accident. All right. What was I doing? Appearance, parts, footer. I just don't know the syntax of what it looks like for that column. Just says style, color, background. Okay, it just says text. So it has a background color, and I just need to put a text color here. And these, when I get to it, these can be kind of set using using the global styles too. You can have defaults for a lot of this stuff, but I haven't dove deep enough into global styles. It's still, the final bits of it are still being kind of defined. So I'm kind of waiting to avoid that experimental phase. Did I save this? Did I type this right? I did not type this right. So color. Man, I keep deleting this and I shouldn't do that. Background that. Text that. Link. I also could do probably a style inside of my copyright block if I wanted to. Be a little fancier. Hold on. Let me get this right the first time. Oh, now it's upset. Oh, there it is. Columns. It's got it there. Oh, isn't it showing up on render? Here. All right, I'll troubleshoot that. I think we're pretty close on that anyways. I can figure out why right now. It's not the best to just watch someone. Template parts. All right. We'll see. But that was creating the block. So the block's created. I just will need to color it when I add it into the that footer. But I can get that fine-tuned. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. Hopefully you found it useful.